Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
Warning.
Peace. What up, though? This is KONG and Lady K with 1 hour of Go Real or Go Home on 7 Mile Radio. Listen, it's an hour of what is, what was, and what will be. Today we're discussing how to love our daughters. Somebody phone up. Peace, Lady K. Just talk to the people, man. Let them know we here that I'm messing up already.
That was your phone. But anyhow, what's going on, Kong? How you doing today?
I'm all right. I'm ready to get into it. I know we waiting on somebody to show up, but you know what I'm saying? We're going to go ahead and get it going.
How you doing over there, Mark?
I'm good. Enjoying the beginning of the week. Still in the beginning of the week after, the very festive weekend. We'll just say that. Very festive weekend.
Very festive. It's hot outside, y'all.
Yeah, man. Y'all stay dry.
Drink you guys' water.
I've changed my shirt
Stay
3
dry
times.
Or stay lubricated?
No.
Lubricated.
It depends on how
you
big
don't want
you
to
is.
fry out there,
No,
Mark.
I want to be dry. I'd rather be dry. I'd rather be ashy when it's hot. I don't want to be oiled up.
Hear the buttons.
Now you can't be big and black and ashy.
Listen, when it's hot enough, ain't nobody worry about no damn oil, man. Listen, be clean. That's what you do. And when you clean, you dry. So just be clean. You know what I'm saying? I might be ashy, but y'all ain't gonna smell me. That's the best I can give you when it's 98 degrees. That's the best I can give you.
I'd rather be ashy than to be talking about cooking with no lube and stuff on me.
Oh, listen, man. My mama sent me out in the heat one day with Crisco.
Okay, maybe not lube is the wrong word. Maybe moisturized. Maybe
that's definitely the wrong
hydrated.
Word.
Maybe that's the word.
Yes,
I was
hydrate your skin.
Hydrated.
Feed your scalp. Definitely feed your scalp.
It wasn't lubricated.
While the sun and that vitamin D is beaming down on you, make sure you feed your scalp. Get your rose waters and your oils and your essential oils.
Did you guys do anything exciting this weekend? Maybe go to the park, spend some time with some family?
No.
No?
I mean, I spent time with my babies, obviously, the whole time, but
yeah.
I ain't rock with the Wars holiday. You know, I stayed out of the way of that.
Well, no, I didn't ask you if you celebrated that day. I said, did you do
that's all
anything
part of the
special?
It's my son's birthday. I don't know. That's about the holiday that it is with me. That's why I celebrated my son's 6th birthday, and
congratulations,
that's pretty much
Dad.
it. Yes, most definitely.
Okay, that's what's up. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Today's topic, Con, can you give us a little insight on where the topic came from today?
Well, I'm trying to get used to the fact that the podcast needs to be on current events. We started this for Juneteenth, and that was a current event, and it's current in our lives, but right now today, a lot of people talking about different things. And yesterday, I got tangled up with African Moon on Facebook's, on her thread, speaking on body dysmorphia and self-love when it comes to Lil' Kim and how everyone's been chiming in on her situation. So instead of continue going back and forth online, on a thread, I say let's bring it to the forefront and ask people to tap in and let us know what they've experienced and what they think we are lacking as a community when it comes to loving our children, and especially our little girls, in particular our little girls. So today's topic is how to love our daughters, and we going from there. That's what we going off of. We gonna start with the quote from Lil' Kim, which we have. And then we'll go from there. But we gonna learn some stuff today. I have 4 children.
Okay.
And 3 of them are girls. So I am learning every single moment of every day from everyone around me, plus my own experiences, and I just want to do it to the best that I can. There's no absolute right way. But when we a village, we gotta reach out and listen and hear each other. You know what I'm saying? So definitely. I am a new father. I have young children, but I am here to learn. Right? I'm open to that, and I'm hoping that while we're doing this, some other brothers and sisters pick up on things too.
Well, let's first agree that there is no booklet on raising kids. You have people who wrote books on their experience, but there isn't a booklet. So, we all have different opinions about it. Mark, do you have any children?
Of course, I have 1 son, yeah.
You have a son, so you don't have a daughter? Okay.
Now, that doesn't give... Now, see, this is where we get messed up at, right? Like, I've never owned a Cadillac pickup truck, but I know you don't throw plywood and hammers in the back of it.
Right.
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
Right.
I've never raised a dog. Right. I've never raised a dog from puppy to adulthood to death or whatever.
Right.
So I don't know all the ins and outs of what it takes to raise a dog. But if I see you kicking your dog in the head, I'm gonna tell you
that's wrong.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you
Right,
shouldn't be
right,
doing that. Like that's not the way to teach anything. You know what I'm saying? So when we think about all these other things, you ain't got to drive your car. I don't have to drive your car to tell you what's wrong with it. I hear what's wrong with it. I know the signs and I heard.
Right.
Okay, so if you can accept all of that, then if you have a son but you don't have a daughter, that does not mean you can't chime in on what would help raise a daughter. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
If we're going to be a community, we're going to be a village for real, then that means you got nieces, you got cousins, you know what I'm saying? You have little girls around
No, I
you, you have
think-
aunts. It all matters. It all counts.
That rebuttal that, oh, you don't have kids or you don't have a son, you don't have a daughter, so you have no lane to speak comes from people who just don't want to hear what you have to say. And that's their rebuttal, a way of getting out
A
of
way to shut you down.
Yeah, a way of shutting you down and not holding themselves accountable for what you might be saying.
Right. Now we understand this. Right is right and wrong is wrong. What the families be saying what the moms and dads be saying when they say the type of thing is, you don't know this particular child. You don't know what I've been through with this kid. You don't know that when you see me bust him in the head with this Kellogg Rice Krispie box, I had already told him 3-4 times before you walk down his aisle. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they saying you don't know. You don't know the struggle they going through trying to teach and rear that child. However, right is right and wrong is wrong. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want nobody in your business, if you want to bop your kid upside the head with a box of cereal, you should probably do it in your house. Whenever you do something publicly, you invite the public into what you've done. You know what I'm saying? So when people say, well, how can you all chime in on what Lil' Kim has done with her face? Like, listen, we chimed in on what music was good. We chimed in on what outfits were hot. Why wouldn't we chime in on whether or not we think her new cheeks make sense? You know what I'm saying? So we all love the talent and we all love what she done brought to hip hop. But right now, what she's showing us is a great example and a teaching moment, if anything, of how to make sure our young girls do not come up the best we can, making sure our young girls don't come up feeling lesser than, right, or like they aren't good enough, you know. So right now we're gonna cut away from there because our guest has arrived. How you doing? How you doing? Go ahead, introduce the sister, Lady K, on these East Side streets. You know what I'm saying? No, Lady K, let them know who's here.
I'm trying to set you up, man. I know, but I'm trying to.
It's okay. So as always, we try to make sure that we have someone on a show that we can show love to, give them some exposure, find out a little bit of their background.
Find out a little something about their background.
Yes, most definitely. So in the building today on GoReal or Go Home, we have the lovely Tracy Jones in the building. How you doing,
I
Mother?
am wonderful, beautiful. How are you?
I'm doing good, gorgeous. Thank you for coming.
No, thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for being here.
I appreciate the love. Let me first say this real quick. Juneteenth was amazing.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself.
Amazing. I'm glad that I met you because I didn't even know about it.
Is that right?
I didn't.
I love it. And see, I
And
learned from
I love
Con.
it. I love
Thank
it.
you.
I know.
Thank
That's
you
that
for
word of
coming.
mouth. That's that word of mouth.
Yes,
You know what I'm
it is.
saying?
Thank you
And,
for coming
and
out.
that's exactly what we want to happen. We had a lot of events this year, and they were small events, but we are hoping that brothers and sisters like yourself who said, well, I came and I enjoyed it, that you keep that and bring it on back next year.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what
I
I'm
plan
saying?
on sponsoring something for y'all next
Yeah,
year.
if any ideas you have between now and then, you know what I'm saying? This is definitely an open platform. Juneteenth belongs to no one. So we want to make it better, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So whatever you got, definitely glad she enjoyed herself. Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah, I did.
Yes, y'all heard that, y'all.
All right, so let's plug, because I thought she got so much going on. I thought we had 2 people here today. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, well, let's just do one guest. She's like, oh, this is one person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let's get into it.
So, go ahead.
Okay, well, you know what? We promoted 2 things that's going on with her, but there's multiple of things that's going on with this young lady. We're gonna start off with your realtor company.
Yes. So I call myself the Matchmaker Realtor.
Okay.
Because I match people just go buy homes. I make sure you fall in love with it.
Right.
Let's get you the right one. I'm a full service realtor. And to everybody out there, everybody's family, there should be a realtor in everybody's family. I don't know as black people,
Right.
we don't know about all these things and all this real estate and how you can get in it and how much
The
money you can
verbiage.
make, all these things, and we think it's so far to reach, and it's not.
Okay.
Definitely need to get into it. It's very, very, very profitable.
So now, when you deal with real estate, are we talking about owning, rent to own,
I
landlord?
do. So what I do is I am a full service realtor. I
Okay.
specialize in either relocation or listing.
Okay.
But I'm a buyer's agent. I also do commercial leasing. Commercial leasing is a great place for somebody to start, and it's great money.
Now, when you say commercial leasing,
So, like the Cochran firm,
okay.
one of my other ventures. We can talk
Right.
about that too, because
Okay.
our people need to know about that as well.
Right.
But like their office,
Okay.
which is in the building that I met you at.
Right. Okay.
So that office, I am the real estate agent who found that office for them, and they lease from it. So with
Okay.
commercial leasing, you people don't realize how much money is in this business, because these people are leasing for multiple years
So
at
they
a high
give you-
rate.
They give you
I give my
how
percentage
big they want it to be, where they want it to be
where
located,
they want it to be
and
located,
you find it.
and you find it.
Okay.
It's easy.
Just
Y'all know. Look, y'all know
So,
that's
yeah,
that's,
I need to
that's
take
real
your
estate
card
middleman.
after the
Y'all
show.
know that.
I need
That's-
some.
I know dudes that live off
Absolutely.
middlemen.
I need
You know
some-
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Absolutely, I
some-
got you.
I got a project that I need some
Oh,
insight
absolutely.
on. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But I mean, and you get your percentage as a real estate agent off of that full. If they have a 6-7 year lease, whatever that yearly lease is times 7 is what you get your percentage off of. So you done.
off rip. Whether they break the lease later on.
That's
or
their
what
business. That's what lawsuits are for.
Gotcha.
So yours come out of like the
top.
initial whatever
Right.
payments
Once they
make,
pay,
that
yep.
first,
The
first
first
what we
payment.
call
Once they
first land
sign,
lease agreement. Right.
Once
okay.
they sign that, do whatever, and they pay the deposit, and they in there, they get.
So that's
money.
one source of income.
That's good. That's good.
Your next company I would like to talk to you about is you own a boutique.
Yes, it is a online boutique. I do come to people. I do like what you want to wear, what to wear.
Okay.
So if you have an event that's coming up next month and you want to go somewhere, I can dress you for that event from my
Okay.
boutique.
That's men and women?
Men and women.
Okay.
Men and women. Online, I have mostly women clothes online, but I
Okay.
dress men and women because men tend to not like to purchase from boutiques. I think it has some type of stigma. I think men feel like they have to go to like the Macy's and the
No,
Well,
man.
I-
Man. We like to get you
No,
with the
no, she
right
looking.
men.
I'm not.
Okay.
That ain't me. I'm assuming she don't have sick sex shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no.
That's usually my issue.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like, it ain't
I
nothing
can
big
get
enough for
you.
me.
I can get you. I'm telling you, I can take
All
care of
right,
everybody.
Okay.
I have vendors, the same vendors that I have, and I say this because we as people, first of all, it's upscalerunway.com. Let me not forget to say.
UpscaleRunway.com.
Okay.
Right. So you can go on there 24/7.
Okay.
You know, you have people. I know people who know that I have a boutique who will go pay Fashion Nova. The same outfit that I have on mine, you know.
Oh, wow.
So I say this to say that because most of the time you have to reach out of your
Your
sphere
own circle.
in order to get to where you got to go.
Most definitely.
It is what it is. So
Well,
that's
they
what
say
I'm
a
doing.
stranger support you before your own. Well,
It's true.
Or
it's
I
true.
like to
It's
say-
both, but you expect more. Go ahead. I'm
I was just
sorry.
gonna say people not gonna support people around you, your immediate circle not gonna support you until you get to the point that you don't need their support no
Support.
more.
There it is.
When you blow up
There
and you bigger
it
than then
is.
it's like, oh, I knew
Know
her.
Yep.
I
There
remember
it
when
is.
she started. I remember, I get that. I remember when you started it. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
okay, but how many T-shirts have you
T-shirts
bought?
There it is.
Yeah, I know you knew for
I don't
15 years.
understand. I don't understand why it's something that still happens. You know what I'm saying? Like
we all have
people.
to do better.
I'm
and
tired,
I'm
of, I'm
working
tired of
for it.
saying it. I'm tired of saying it, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
but
think-
you've been going through it. But it's someone who's going to do their first candles this
Right
summer.
now, yeah, and
And
they're
their
still gonna
family,
go
and
through
their
it.
family is not going to be like
They're not.
everybody batting these candles
Right.
this first time.
Okay, well,
after
guess
all
what?
of the, after all of the village talk and all of the unity and all of the Black Lives Matter and George Floyd to support
Absolutely.
black and buy
Absolutely.
black and all of that, we still gonna look at each other like when we open businesses, we just got an abundance of whatever we open in business to give it away.
Right,
Like,
right,
we don't
right,
have to pay
right.
for it, or you know what
Right.
I'm saying, we don't have to pay higher for it sometimes. So
Absolutely.
they have to charge more for it. Like they don't
Listen,
understand.
and we'll go to somebody else, and I say somebody else. I'm just gonna say it lightly. Somebody else, a completely different person. If y'all understand what I'm saying. Okay.
Somebody that don't look like us.
Right. So as a real estate agent, let me take it back to that. as a real estate agent, I know people who will go to somebody else, don't even know that's somebody else. So you don't know their background. You can't say that when you went to see them because they was just awesome and you had this big review. But we'll do that. And the crazy thing is, as a buyer's agent, you don't even pay me. The seller pays me. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So people just, it comes with that. It comes with just your show. Everything. The Juneteenth thing. As a community, we got to do better in so many ways.
Like whatever you have.
So
that you
many
have
ways.
Whatever you have a big thing, like a lot of whatever. Care if it's a car, you get a new car, a big truck. Car win the road trip. They want everybody entitled to a piece of it. You get a big house, win the house party.
Yep.
What's upsetting,
Don't hit
what's
the lottery.
upsetting about that is that I'm not one who's not with breaking that bread. But if y'all didn't help make the cake,
Yeah, you wasn't
you
shooting with
feel
me in the gym,
Now
but now
I'm
you want to
selfish and
ring.
I just want to keep it to myself.
you know
Or
what?
the ones
I
that
have-
helped me build that.
You
I
wasn't
have
shooting
made
with me
that
in the gym.
decision. I'm with that.
And now you want to ring when I'm on the court winning the championship.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know none of the plays. You wasn't a
Absolutely.
part of this.
But you know what? On this side, I figured out you have to just say, "Can I cuss on here?"
We know FCC. Go ahead.
Listen,
Let me roll a blunt so you feel more comfortable.
for sure. That's what we can do. There you go. Fuck that. I'm just saying. When I say you have to get to the point where you say fuck them, and you have to remember, not that you hold it against, because you can still be cool with them, you still have love with them,
Most definitely.
still pray for them. We can talk, we can kick it.
Long handle
but what
spoon.
I do know is, when I do get to where I want to be, or when those events happen that you like, oh shoot, I want to come.
Them floodgates will be opened up
That's
to you.
unfortunate.
Yep.
At that time, it'll be an unfortunate.
Well, they say you
I'm
can't
not
take
gonna
The ship
everybody.
has sailed.
Your ship, your-
No, we
and
still
you won't
cool.
be able
We
to-
can go grab that drink when I come in. If we going to a party, we go to that party. But the events, the things that I'm going no, because if you wasn't there then, I can't
You
share
gotta
that
take
with
advantage of it. You gotta take
Like,
advantage.
you can't fly to heaven on my wings.
you. Right.
I got a sister who do
You
facials.
can't,
who
because
told me
guess
that
what?
last
We
week.
ain't
She
gonna
like,
get
you better
there,
come and get it
especially
now.
if
You
you're
gonna be
not
too much
flying.
weight.
Right,
You
you
ain't
ain't
gonna-
like, I'm giving out free
There it
facials now.
is.
She said, come get your facial now. Because I don't know, in a month or two, I won't be
price
doing
gonna
no
go
free
up.
stuff.
Hey,
You know what I'm
but at
saying?
least she was
It's like,
honest.
damn, I gotta go there and get my facial.
Yeah,
Right,
you
but
better
you
go
know
get
what?
your
You
facial.
have to do that, and I respect her because you have to let people know.
Now's the time.
Yeah.
And this is what I can do.
Yeah.
So come
Yeah.
try me, and
Because
things
now when
like
I'm
that,
booked
because
up-
I might not necessarily like you. So she wanna. I'm sorry, my bad.
She made her own noise.
Right. Exactly. She wants to show people her talent. Great way to show people her talent is to sing. Give them something for free.
Yeah, yeah.
I have no
Always.
problem with that.
Nobody's gonna pay you to do something they don't know that you already good at doing, right?
Right.
So sometimes
Definitely.
you have to give some.
Right.
feedback.
It's called
So now-
example.
So
Right.
now
And
you
that's
can,
what all
you
these
can come
videos
get
are good for.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Come
So
give me-
speaking of
come get
talents,
it.
I've named the realtor company. I've named the boutique. Give me something else you do, Queen.
Oh, she said, "Give me something else you do." Well, I do a lot of things, and my reason for saying it is because you got to have multiple incomes in order to be a millionaire. I have researched that. Don't know, but millionaires just don't have one.
Source of income.
Yeah, and
Gotta
that's
have
what
a
I'm trying to do. Absolutely, in a couple of years, I need to be on the yacht,
That
chilling.
what that means
doing
though
nothing.
for people who trying to do the math is like, you can add that up however you're gonna add that up,
Right.
Right. But if you sell, for example, we sold chicken and waffles for a few months last year, and we could say it made like $200 a week, right? So it's $800 a month. If we kept that going, we would say that's $8,000 a year we make from selling chicken and waffles one day a week, and that's not enough to hang your hat on. Right? You
Right,
can't
that's the
decide
thing.
that's all we gonna do is once a week make
Right,
chicken and waffles.
exactly.
No.
Right.
Now we also need the landscaping thing we got going on.
Absolutely.
We need the marketing and advertising thing we got going on. I work security. You actually work at the plant 4 days a week. All these things matter because
Right.
if you are not putting your all into yourself, then you wasting your own time.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And
Listen.
then only we know how hard we really going.
That's right.
So it's people that look at you like, damn, you killing it, but you know you've been kind of slacking 3-4 days. Only you
absolutely.
know. So if you sitting here with ideas, but you sitting on the couch,
Right.
it ain't nobody's fault that
But
you ain't made
yourself.
step one.
Right.
You ain't came up with the name and got. You can do that
Absolutely.
from the couch.
Absolutely.
Name LLC,
Yep. Time,
all from the
date,
couch. You ain't
location.
even done that.
It's so
you
many
can't be
things
taken
out there.
seriously.
Absolutely. And you have so many opportunities. I know so many people who help you with businesses that help you with LLCs. Plenty of them.
Yep.
Credit. Your credit bad? Listen, that's what the real estate thing. I talk to people all the time. They're like, I don't think I got this. Or I don't think I got that. You probably don't right now. But what are we going to do to get you there?
Yeah.
Let's work on a year plan.
Now, see, that's what I was about to ask you. Now,
Let's
that's
talk
where
about it.
that's where she comes, and the sisters like her would come, and that's where her community part is, right?
Right.
She's not obligated to give you a house for free, right?
Right.
What we ask her as a community is to give us the info,
Right,
right?
absolutely.
Don't have it and don't share it, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so you got it.
Exactly.
You ain't nowhere right now. You got a couple dollars. You do work, but ain't none of your
Right.
paperwork together. I'm saying if I'm gonna be your realtor, we can start this walk right
Absolutely.
here, right now.
I say it all the time. I have
Yes.
a 12-year buyer's guide
Okay.
that I send to people because it's going to tell you step by step what we need to do. If you need your credit repaired, I've been there. Please believe I've been there.
Right.
It happens to us all.
That's
you
right.
know, and we be so ashamed. Oh, I'm ashamed to even talk about it. Why? Life happens to everybody.
That's right. As long as you're living, you're gonna.
I have somebody that can help you with that.
See.
12 months. We can get us where we got to go. You can, on a FHA loan, if you have a credit score between above 580, you can put 3.5% down on a home. Absolutely.
Say that one more time.
Yes. If you
Yeah,
have a
because I thought
credit
it started
score.
at like 700 to get a credit.
Yeah.
No. No. Absolutely not.
So you say if your credit score is what?
580 or above, you can qualify for a FHA loan. You can put a minimum between 3.5% to 5% down, which is not a lot. But if you planning in 12 months,
Tell them how much it is.
so if you got $100,000, so you got
house. The house is $100,000.
Yeah, the house is $100,000. Now you got me doing math, and y'all in here
And
smoking
then
weed
she
at the
said
same
5%.
time.
Look, 10%. That would be fat. I think that'd be like $5,000.
Yeah.
Right,
So 10%, $5,000. So it could be anywhere between $3,500 to $5,000.
So let's say
now
you
that's
got
the
that-
down payment.
Right.
You also have closing costs, which differs. But if you're planning a year in advance, you cannot go to that club. Maybe we're gonna cut that out. We're not gonna go every weekend. We're gonna go every other weekend.
Well, this is where
It's
we.
not
You see
sacrificing
what
for
I'm saying?
something
Yes,
that
but
you
this-
want.
But
in
you
the
gotta
future.
plan it. You can't just say, "God damn it, today I want a new house." Oh, okay, but you're gonna have to plan it.
Well, we also and we also
Let's
can't.
get there.
The good thing about that's what we used to say when we mentor people and when we would get them together and say we can't employ everyone, but we can look at your situation and tell you how to save where you at.
And get to where you
Absolutely.
want to
Save
go.
money.
Absolutely.
If your bag is about to be your own home and yard next year,
Right.
sit down with your children. Tell them what we gonna do, and let
is
them
the
know
point.
if you think
Right.
it's been a struggle.
Right. It's about to
about
get
to
Oh, we
real.
about to buckle the fuck
That's
down.
right.
You feel me? Because I'm not
Absolutely.
gonna
Right.
keep giving a man money who won't come work on the house,
and
won't
guess
come
what?
fix nothing.
There it is.
The trees, the
There it is.
plumbing is backing up in the basement. Those landlords are not digging up backyards.
Right,
You feel
absolutely.
me?
not.
They're just
Absolutely.
making you leave, and somebody else got to move in and deal with it when they shit start
And then on
backing
top
up.
of that, a lot of people are like, I don't want to have to fix this and fix that. Then guess what? You can buy a condo. Whatever you're gonna buy it. Plan on it. You don't have to
have
rush
it.
into it. Like I said,
So it's no
It's hard
excuse for
to-
you saying I can't afford it. I ain't got it today. If
Right.
you sit and plan,
but
for
you have a
it,
plan.
you
I have
can
a whole
have it.
team for
Oh, I can
everything.
find-
I
I
have a
can
banker,
find- yeah.
a lender, a mortgage banker who she'll talk to you and say, okay, this is where you at today. This is what we need to get you in order for you to get this FHA loan for this amount.
Got you.
This is what
I
you
can
need to
find
do.
you $5,000 in your house.
You know?
If you got more than 2 children, I can find you $5,000. Off top, no birthdays. We ain't doing Christmas. We going to somebody else's
Right.
4th of July.
That's
Somebody-
right.
I've seen my mama do it. You feel
Right.
me?
You
Like,
have
don't know. Ain't gonna be
to.
none of that this year.
You have
But
to.
we going to have our own.
Absolutely. And
Next
guess what?
year.
That's
And
right.
then let's wait 10, 15 years when y'all graduate from high school. Me and mama or me and myself, whomever it is, we've saved enough to where we're going to go ahead and get us our new place.
Right.
And then this is yours.
Yeah.
And now we have, guess what?
Two.
Generational wealth going on. We got people with property, 2 generations already.
Now,
We got to keep it going.
you can have me going hard to try to make sure you have a PS6 or 7 in this raggedy ass house when your friends
and
come
we in the
over.
line.
Right.
Look,
We
and
in
if
the
you
line
feel me, when your
outside.
friends come
We
and
on-
sit on the
we
floor
on eBay.
because there's not enough room and chairs and couches, they sit
That's
on the
just
floor. We got
true.
lawn chairs in the
And we've
house.
always been.
But you got
and
your
we've been there.
PlayStation.
I've been there. I'm not even saying it like, oh,
It's
guess what? She
prioritizing,
hasn't been
that's
there.
all.
Man.
I've been there, but I've learned
Yeah.
that this is a different thing. And it's this book. I'm gonna tell everybody this. and I'm gonna say it to it. It's a woman who says the book. Her name is not gonna think her name. It's called "We Should All Be Millionaires." Before we finish, I'm gonna give you her name because I want to make sure I give you the right thing. But when I say this book is amazing, amazing, especially for women of color,
Right.
but it can also be translated to anybody of color.
Gotcha.
Because it talks about how we need to be out there getting it.
Right. Speaking of books,
Yes.
you wrote a couple of books as well. haven't you?
Yes, I did.
I said she looked familiar to me. The more I look like Tracy Jones, you on my friends list?
I am.
I
believe
think so.
I believe so. Yes.
Are any of your books available to the public?
Yes. You can get them on Amazon. I have my books are erotic
Okay.
tales.
Okay.
I have Creeping is the Chronicles of Cheating Women. That was my first one. The Dancer. That's a murder mystery.
I read that.
It's
one.
about the life and death of a
that's
celebrity
good one.
stripper.
Ladies, if you love mysteries and a little,
Yeah.
When was the first book you published? How long ago was that?
Oh wow. Let me see. That was back when I was married. Let's talk about it. Let's see. I'm saying 90. First one was probably 99.
okay.
I would say 99.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long did it take for you to write it?
That one, it took a long time.
Okay.
It took a long
Some
time
breaks in the
because I
way.
had kids. I had my
What's that,
kids were
life?
small. Life happens. You get to the point where like, I don't believe in myself, so I ain't gonna do this. You put
So
it
you
away.
said that was about 99.
Yes.
And when was the last one you published?
The last one I published was in 2014.
Okay, so real estate, clothing, an author, right? Among so many other things.
Yes.
Okay, so confidence is there,
Yes.
right? Surety and stability is there.
Yes.
Self-made, right?
So we have a topic today.
So my question to you, without me going on rambling, is if someone said, "How can I instill this confidence in my daughter?" Right? What would you tell them? What do you think? It's not. I wouldn't say give me 3 things, but like just tell us. If someone said like, "How can I get her to feel like it's okay to do everything she wants to do?"
Let me say this. It took me a long time to get there. I feel like that and I'm speaking from a black woman perspective because that's what I've been all my life. It's been hard for us to even envision, and I'm not gonna say everybody because we have so many that have gone on to do amazing things. But where I come from West Side, I went to Mackenzie. It's hard out here in these streets. And I had a child at the end of my 12th grade year, decided that this is what I'm going to do and make sure my kid is good. So what I pushed is you got to go hard for the right thing and not the wrong things. What is it that you want to do? Figure out what it is. It doesn't have to be, I am going to be I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to be, a lawyer. What is it that you want to do, and be the best you at that you can do, because you have to not struggle. You got to work hard to not have to struggle. This is not what you want. I'm gonna use my struggle as an example, and I don't have no problems with letting my kids know that at this point. Don't go this path, because that path is going to have you struggling, and you don't have to learn lessons on your own. I hear people say that all the time, because the reason why God gives us lessons is for us to learn from them and to share. If you burn your hand, if I tell you not to put your hand, if I tell you right now, this shit right here is hot, I'm sorry, and you touch it, you're stupid, because I just told you that you're grown. If I keep telling you that what you have to do is work hard, find your niche, because everybody has a niche. Everybody not going to be the person that's going to go away to college.
And some have to practice a little harder and study a little harder.
And it's
than
okay.
others.
And some have to have multiple.
Now, did you have
And then
dad
get
in the
there.
house and mom in the house?
No. And that's enough. I mean, my mom was there,
Yeah.
but it was hard.
Yeah.
So this is not something that
So
I
you didn't
learned.
have dad saying, "Oh, my beautiful little princess."
Absolutely. My dad came around when my dad came around. It wasn't a regular thing, and I'm not going to sugarcoat that.
Right.
I feel like no matter what, there should be, if that person is good for that child, because every parent, unfortunately, is not good for the child's
Because
well-being.
they have one doesn't mean they're good parents.
Doesn't matter. Some people are really not good for them at all. And those toxic things, that's a different story. So I'm gonna put that out there right now. But I feel like it's so important, especially for women, just like especially for boys. You know, people say, "Oh, it's good. Boys have to have a date." They have. Girls do too. Because we need to know, and we not just have to have a daddy around. We need to have a daddy that is example
and love.
Good
love,
examples.
Yep.
Good
Protection.
examples. We can't continue. And moms too. Moms too. And I'm not saying that my mom,
not
because my
just
mom,
a man in the
right,
house.
right,
Both.
There you, not just a man in the house. Because you know, my mama was making it happen out here in these streets, but she shouldn't have had to. And then when I saw that, I'm thinking this is where it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? This is the way it's supposed to be. But then you go through things, you be around people, you deal with shit, and then you get your self-confidence as a black woman gets diminished. Because I'm gonna tell y'all, you know, it's hard out here for us.
It is.
I don't know how if people realize, like, we at the bottom of the totem pole for a lot of people, plus a lot of our own people.
Because it's a difference between being an independent woman and a woman who is independent.
Absolutely.
You know, it's a
Absolutely.
difference. You know, it's not about saying
Absolutely.
I don't need no man. No, it's I
Absolutely.
built myself up because back in my day there was things that did not help
Because
me
let
build
me make that clear. That's the damn truth. I'm
Okay.
not saying.
Okay.
Let me say this. I work hard because I have to. I would have loved to have had
That
a
fairy
team.
tale.
Right,
Oh, listen.
right.
Not that I wasn't gonna work hard.
Most definitely.
Because I'm still
But
gonna get it
two-
in. But we gonna do this as a team, and then this could have been doubled up. Please
That's right.
believe
That's right.
my struggle wouldn't have lasted so long if we had a teammate.
Most definitely.
Please believe it. I understand that. So
But
that's
because
not
you
what
didn't
I'm
have,
saying.
you didn't have no other choice.
Oh, it's hard.
Well, I'm gonna sit on a lump of log and say,
You
I
can't.
can't wait. No, you
Listen,
gotta build yourself up.
You can't.
These are the things we can't. That's the thing we can't prepare our children for. Though, like,
Yeah.
we can teach them what self love is, and we can give them all these talents and help them find their interests. But what they're gonna learn about compatibility, you just gotta learn that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
we
think
can,
it's
we
two
can
things.
teach
You gotta learn it, but I think we gotta start showing better. Like, I was in a marriage for a long time, and we fussed, argued. We didn't physically fight, so let me make that clear. But we argued way too much to have been together that long. And that affects your kids. I don't care how young they are. I don't care if you think it's not a big deal because they think this is the way a relationship is supposed to be. And we get stuck in our head once you get married. You're supposed to stay. You're supposed to work it out. Blah, blah, blah.
Man, kids learn
Kids-
more from you than you think.
That's
My son,
right. I talked to my
son
daughter
taught me a lesson
years.
yesterday. He's 5 and taught me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm like, yo,
I talked
okay.
to my daughter years after she was grown, about the situation. She was like, I wish y'all would have did this a long time ago. Did that a long time ago because we knew you wasn't happy. We knew he wasn't happy. We knew, but that shows them that this is what it's supposed to be like, and it's not supposed to be like that.
That's right.
We got to be better examples all the way around. Period.
That's true.
You
have
It's
children
just
as
so
well. Don't you?
Absolutely. I have
too
3.
much,
My kids
bro.
are grown.
It's so
And how many
motherfucking
girls do you
overwhelming.
have?
I have
It's
2.
like, where do you start it at?
I
Like,
have
where
2.
are you supposed to start?
Yeah.
Like, I just told her sister the other day when she called, she said, where do you think we start? I say,
Yesterday.
what's going to happen this summer is already going to happen. People going to die that's already going to die. It's brothers who have offended me and that they don't even know coming for them. We can't change that because of a summer program. We have to decide to treat our people the way everyone else treats us. 10 years at a time, 15 years at a time. We talking about the gentrifiers are here. They are nowhere near here yet, but they're coming. You feel me? But we talking about how can we, me, her, you, everybody in this level is all chasing the same demographic of people, trying to get them to come to our parties, our events, buy our stuff. When if we could just take a step back and still, pander
Absolutely.
everything, but we need to go back to like the 6th grade, right? As a community, we go to the 6th grade, and that is where we start. Wherever anybody beyond the 6th grade, we gonna work that out day by day. But the 6th grade, right now, next year, that's where we start, and we gonna see if we pay attention to them, if we watch to them, if we tell them y'all about to experience a whole new type of community, right? We watching y'all ass. We gonna watch y'all home. We already got it all together. It's gonna take a lot, but we have to start there and then stay with them
that is a perfect
all the way
age.
through high school, right? Now the reason we say stay with them through high school is because like a church, mega church, now you got the voters, right? All these children who've been with you for the last 6, 7 years are 18, 19 years old. They're about to go to school, go to Everest, start working at a shop, but they ready to vote. And they recognize now that their community looked out for them the whole time. Very few of them went to prison. Very few of them got pregnant too early because we were all watching. And of course we have people like, y'all ain't do that for us. Hey,
Right.
We had to start at some point.
Right.
We wasn't gonna ever do it for everyone.
Right.
But
We
if
had
we
to
keep
start.
just trying to grab people out of it, and I'm gonna grab you, and I'm gonna grab you, you not prepared.
We got to build the
For all of
foundation.
Yes,
the
we
ones
ain't
that
got no
saying,
support.
for the ones who are saying that somebody wasn't there to do it for us. Well, you know that there was a void in your life, and you was not there to fill that for somebody else. So
Right.
that's the
And
wrong
now you
complaint
here
for
right
you
now,
to
right?
insert
Are you?
into the
There is
conversation.
no complaint. Are you ready to pick up
Put
the torch and
join
join us?
us.
That's
Because
my whole
nobody did it
point.
for us.
That's my
either.
whole point.
Right.
But now we're
my
deciding to
whole
break
point.
that cycle. Because the last
That's
time
my
I
whole
seen
point.
somebody was the dog, was the crime dog. I ain't seen
McGruff.
nobody after McGruff.
Blue
Ain't no
Peas-
more
the Blue Peas was
auditorium.
before that.
Agreed.
Yes, no more rallies. You can do it. Y'all gonna be
Agreed.
great. No more
Boys and
motivational
Girls
speakers,
Club,
right? But
Dare.
then it turns out,
Dare programs.
it turns out our motivational speakers started wanting to be paid, right, by our schools. They want to get paid by the schools, and then we got corrupt people in the schools that's calling their homeboys to come do it. We spoke in schools for free because we did not want to be submitted that
Doing
list
it
of
is-
boundaries
Right.
of what we can't talk about now that they pay us, right?
Right.
So I encourage brothers and sisters, if you are gainfully employed, if you have fallen and gotten back up 7 times, get into those schools and get into those groups and tell them your story, right? We got to start humanizing ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got to use what they use. Like when they wanted us to stop hating police, they started humanizing them, right? They sent them into the communities. They took off their uniforms. They started having basketball tournaments and stuff. We're constantly allowing each other to continue hating each other. Ain't nobody decided how we gonna PR black men back into our community. You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, I understand parents have jobs. I have a job. I'm a parent, you know, so you can't say, well, I can't give that much time to a school. But listen,
You have to.
I've had 2. I had one that came out of high school. She in college now. I got one in middle school now. And I'll tell a school in a minute, I can't volunteer every day. But you know what? If you want me every Friday to stay after when school is over, the bell is over, and you know how sometimes parents can't pick up their kids, you have 20-some kids in front of them schools sometimes.
Right.
And most
Agreed.
of the time, most of these fights are after school, after hours, when there's no
Because
other.
they're not gone.
Well,
You see what
They
I'm
need to
saying?
be
But
gone.
I'm saying,
I
that,
agree.
but I'm saying is
Yeah.
if each of us take or say, well, if I look at my schedule and you know what, Tuesday afternoon, I can go into the lunchrooms for 15, 20 minutes. But you got to be the one to want to do it. You can't do it
They're
every
you
talking
gotta
about
start-
gas right now. See, every time we say something, positive, I think about what our negative is saying, right? So the moment we say we need a schedule and work out a schedule, because we know black people did it before when it was bus boycotting time.
Right.
We worked out schedules,
Right.
right? When it was time to secure corners, we worked out schedules. When it was time to take over apartments to sell dope,
Right.
we
We
worked out schedules. You know what I'm saying?
schedules, yeah.
So if you and your homegirl can blow woods together,
That's
if
what
you
I'm
and your
saying.
homeboy can sit in a Chevy all day,
That's
I
what I'm
have
saying.
those same brothers that I can sit in the car with and smoke all day. I can also say, go pick up my kids from the school. I'm not gonna make it to the west side in time. They're on their list. Go get them. All my brothers don't have L's. Only one of them do. That's the one I'm calling to go get my kids. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You take your license in his car and go get my kids. You know what I'm saying? They're going to give them. They're gonna be waiting when I get there. That's village.
Right.
No, I know I gotta go get them
Village is
soon.
real.
Right? I know I gotta go get them soon because
But see,
Uncle be on some other shit. You feel me?
village
But
is
we are
real.
living in a
use your
world,
resources.
but we're living in a world of people who don't even go by the land and the laws of villages
absolutely.
anymore. You have
Absolutely.
people because they pop pills, they hang together. You got people who because they twerk the same, they hang. And it's not about me being able to lean on you as a friend. Friendships are not friendships anymore.
No,
You
they're
know?
based on views and
So
content.
let me
creation.
say this. Back in the day, you're absolutely right. Back in the day. Because I'm way older than y'all. So back in the day.
You say back in the
I'm
day,
just
back in the
saying,
day.
my mother and them and her people, it could be, it was a street. It was a whole street, whole section. Our street, we lived on Mendota.
Okay.
Aurora Cross right here. It was that street and these people. That was the village.
Got you.
And even if they talked about each other, didn't really truly like each other, maybe all the kids
They have
were taking absolutely. If we're down the street, that mother is definitely
Right.
watching. That father
Don't
is
go past
definitely
that point,
looking.
don't go past that point.
there.
Yep.
What's going on? Always.
All hands
now
are on
these
deck.
days, you say something to somebody's kid,
See?
you don't have to fight.
Well,
their
see, this is what we say
mama.
about that right there, right?
See,
What
I'm
broke
not
that
equipped
down
for
is
that.
the child,
temper is
the
bad.
last child that was running down that street you described, the last child to do it, that could still get told on by the neighbor, they grew up
Right.
and had kids, and they didn't like that shit. it didn't just go away. The people that used to get in trouble that way stopped doing it.
Oh, because they
when
like,
I
don't
didn't like
follow
that
on
shit.
me,
Yes.
right.
So then the other part of it is when the drugs came in, right?
Oh yes, I was with those kids.
Yes,
They used to fight all the time.
before the drugs came,
okay.
we were always standing in the. Before the
I
drugs
was
came,
definitely one of those
we were
kids.
standing in each other's doorways in apartment buildings and just leaning on the doors. You know what I'm saying? When the drugs came, you were either a drug addict or a drug dealer. So now everything that happened in the house became private.
Yeah.
And my business, your business, your business.
You're right.
And
You're
then
right.
you didn't
So
want
this
the
my thing.
crackhead up the
Okay,
street saying
okay,
anything
but this
to
my
your
thing
kids
now.
no
This
more
my
now.
thing though now, right? Our real serious organized dope boys is gone. We ain't got no one hood nowhere being ran by 16, 20
no.
dudes. No, but that's not how it works.
No.
So since
Absolutely.
that's dead and gone, we can now get back to the community, being community again. Your little homeboy with his little AFEs and little pill bags, he need to look out too. Right? We need to know that just because he got a bag don't mean he a danger to us.
That's
We assume the people that's coming to bag your stuff like they do drive from elsewhere. And this is where you are. But why are you a danger to us? Why are you causing shootings on the block? Why do our kids got to stop halfway on their bikes and turn around?
Right.
You're the problem now.
absolutely.
When we say we're going to be revolutionaries, we have to be ready to fight against enemies that look like us and those that don't. They say foreign and domestic.
Absolutely.
So identify those. I am aware that the brothers that are around me are no longer a danger to the community. They're not even a danger to themselves for the
Right.
most part, right? And none of us has ever been a danger to women and children.
right.
When people talk about forgiveness and prison statistics and stuff like that, they try to ease in certain people getting back into the community, right?
Yep, yep.
And this is the problem with that. And I'm saying this live talking to my sisters.
Right.
I used to rob things, right? So now, right now, today, no matter where I am, if I see a man and he got a gun on his hip, but his money is in that hand, I see his vulnerability, right? If I see him too drunk in the club, walking to his Bentley, I see he vulnerable. So my thing is this: when do a rapist stop thinking about that? Because I think I size dudes up all day.
Oh, they do it all the time.
You feel me? So my thing is, when do you stop? Because I know I ain't stopped thinking about what licks I can hit. You
Right.
feel me?
They don't.
So exactly. So because of that, they're not welcome. You know what I'm saying? And if we want
That's what
our
we
biggest
talking about,
helpers
that.
are women and children. So if we gonna be like, sister, come help us pass our flyers. Sister, come help us. We can't then be like, yeah, bro, it's cool. That was in the past. No, my man.
Absolutely.
You gotta go.
Absolutely.
Right? So if you're gonna touch something that don't belong to you, if you're gonna take something that don't belong, I don't steal anything. It was a long time ago. Now I understand that anything I ever took fed somebody.
Yep.
Right? And I had to do that in mentoring too. I had to, as a mentor, come into the understanding like, hey, you wasn't supposed to be stealing nothing.
Right.
I kept it in the streets though. It don't matter. Now you know that even if he got a bag, even if he a deadbeat dad, he's still feeding somebody. You could have caused mad problems for that dude when you took that money away, because we never know how you
Right.
juggling the left pocket to the right
Right. Oh,
pocket.
absolutely.
And somebody that
All
took your
day.
left pocket, that didn't even belong to you.
Right.
We need to leave each other alone
Yeah.
and stay focused on us.
I agree.
We had a brother who started working in Walmart, and we was in the 9th grade, and we teased him. Right? Like, he was getting on the smart bus going out there, and we was walking to Gratiot and Van Dyke to fight next stupid.
Right.
And y'all laughing at him.
Y'all laughing
We was
at him.
laughing at him. A lot of them worked at Myers, but he was the first one to work at Walmart. Right now, today, 15, 20 years later, while we all trying to figure it out, he's an executive at Walmart.
Yeah, absolutely.
He ain't rang up a bag or an item in 15
Right.
years. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? He got his little 5 years of stocking over when he was a teenager. He been management ever since. He's opening stores now. Ask any of the other brothers. I was in the joint for 5 years.
Right.
Then I started the landscaping. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Right.
It's like, dog, just our goal is to get those kids in the 6th grade with Juneteenth and whoever else we can gather together, and just keep them on the path without fucking up first. Like you said, I had to get here first and then learn. You had to have this happen to you first.
And
We
if you
don't.
know
They
your
don't
kids-
have to do
and
that.
if you know your kids, when them kids that ain't got it yet, make sure you tell your kids to stop messing with the kids who got it somewhat.
Right.
If that baby is out there and he got his mind focused and he's out there, like you said, the young boy was going to the Walmart. Shouldn't nobody been teasing that boy? Should nobody
Yeah,
be
we gotta
messing
work
with
on
his
that.
self-esteem?
Absolutely, we have to work
Should
on that
nobody
too.
should- you know what I'm
because
saying?
our self-esteem be messed up.
But it's called triage, though, right? Right now, we have programs that are working on bullying at that level.
There we go to word bullying.
I'm leaving that alone.
Okay.
Right?
Good.
Bullying at that level is being taken care of because I have a cousin, a male cousin with zillions, purple zillions in 10th grade.
Right.
Ain't nobody bothering him.
Right.
You feel me? So they good at that level, right?
Right.
But if you want to make sure they don't continue to tease, you got to keep having bullying, so you got to go backwards.
Yep.
and stop it before
I
it
agree.
starts, right?
I agree.
So we are looking for parents, owners of
absolutely.
things, and people who run things, right, to support and get involved in the 21st century vote, all right?
Okay.
And what that would mean is we get with our 5th and 6th graders, we form a barrier, a protective shield around them day to day, to the point where we know what community organization fell apart when that kid came up missing. We don't have to wait for them to come up missing and then contact the brothers to go look for them if we guard our
Absolutely.
children along the way. So where was y'all at on 7 Mile of Van Dyke?
Right.
You know, oh man, Mark said, okay, so we're going to break that down as to who's supposed to be in charge of that area. Because we done done this selling dope, bro.
Being proactive.
We done done this selling dope. We done broke
Right.
this city down before selling dope into zones, you know what I'm saying, into gang zones, right?
We gotta love
we
on
can do
these
it again
babies,
to
y'all.
protect our babies. Form a
Right.
shield
Gotta love on
around
these
those
babies.
babies next year.
got
And
to.
let's march with them and walk with them through their years and keep them together. We gonna learn though, because I've learned a lot from Lady K, and I've learned a lot from you. Lady K has had some very interesting sisters across from us, right? To the point where it's like, oh yeah, so she got a business. No, she don't have a business. It ain't been one sister on the other side of the table that had a business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And when we
And I
moved
love
around, we met a black woman that owned 2 McDonald's, a black woman that owned the
Amazing.
bowling alley for 30 years on Woodward, a black woman that owned a cleaners for 30 years on Woodward. Sisters have been
Love it.
holding on to them names and them good names for a long time.
And big up to those women out
yes,
there.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
We have to get our brothers on the same page.
Absolutely.
But again, it's triage. I can't walk out of here and walk into Captain J's and tell dog he need to get on your level.
Right.
It don't matter if this Captain J's is dirty. He got one.
Right.
So you
Right.
can't talk to him.
Right.
You have to go back and start teaching business etiquette to young people before they ever even have the money.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm
I agree.
saying? Because you have the restaurant, but it's loud and ghetto in here, and your waitresses' booties are hanging out, and this is
Right.
not a strip
Strip
club. I
club.
don't
And
understand
it's
What's going
stinking
on?
here.
what exactly is that? It smells a little funny. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Yeah, but who am I to talk to the family that somehow already figured this part out so far?
Right.
So you got to go
Absolutely.
backwards. Let people live their life where they are now. Play it out as they are now.
I
But we
agree.
got to go
It's
for
a
our
great
babies.
idea.
But you
Yeah.
know what, my brother Kong, I have learned a lot from you as well, you know, and we gonna beat these streets down together, you know. So I thank you for your
Teamwork makes the
knowledge
dream work.
from education book and also street, because they both are valuable, you know.
And that's why we need people like yourself
Most
and Lady K,
definitely.
because she about to be a business owner herself. Because
Absolutely.
And speaking
I'm
of that,
assuming
yes.
I'll own some businesses soon, but right now Juneteenth in the community is what I have. So what we're asking people who already own things is allow us to be your community arm, right? Is not about necessarily money so much it is your resources and you just putting a stamp on something and telling another
absolutely.
owner this is what we about to do. You feel me?
Absolutely.
So for everybody who, if you in the community and you got somebody who owns something, it's time for y'all to team together.
Most
It's time for
definitely.
y'all to work out together, branding and promoting
And the thing about
pushing
it-
your own agendas. We can't keep talking about the
Absolutely.
agendas
If
they
you-
got for us and we ain't
If
got
you
nothing
don't
for
know,
ourselves.
you have to ask somebody.
Absolutely.
And I want to thank you again, Tracy, because there's some ventures that I'm going through right now, and you are very warming and welcoming and educated wise that you were willing to share that knowledge. And you know the game's supposed to be sold, not told. But there are valuable conversations you can have with your people in your community to at least give them the footsteps to go about the way of doing.
Oh, absolutely.
And I want to thank you for that. So
No
for
problem.
anybody else that want to get a hold of you, how can we get a hold of you, Ms.
Absolutely.
Jones?
Absolutely. So you can get a hold of me at my real estate is tljones.kw.com. Of course, Instagram is probably where you're gonna find me because I'm always on TikTok. And it's Miss MISS Jones. It's spelled out, but it's just periods in between each letter.
Okay.
So Miss Jones spelled out. And hey, get at me, call me. I am in Keller Williams, KW City. We opened up our first female ran brokerage. It's gonna be opening. The office opens on Woodward. It's right next to the DIA.
Hey,
Holler at me.
there it is.
And I give out anybody who wants to become a real estate agent. You don't have to have a high school diploma. You don't even have to have a GED. You have to apply. Talk to me. I'll work it out for you. Let's
Y'all
figure
hear
it
that?
out. I have a course. Our Keller Williams is giving out a course to our city people
Okay.
for free. And that's the people who.
Right.
So get at me.
Y'all
Talk to
heard
me.
it first on
It's
GoReal
a
or Go
resource. You
Home.
got to reach
Yeah.
out. Now the ball is in your
Right.
court. She just told you.
Absolutely.
I
Email
have
me.
a resource.
Yes.
Now you have to reach out.
My email is theperfectagentjones@gmail.com.
We thank you again for
No
coming.
problem. I'm glad
and
to
you
come.
are welcome
I'm glad
to come back
come.
anytime.
And I want to
Yes.
sponsor. Like I said, I want to help sponsor some of y'all events indefinitely. Let me know.
6th grade, I got you.
Absolutely.
21st century vote.
I'm
We'll just
with
be
it.
reaching out to people to help us.
Yes,
You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying?
Talk to
More
me.
eyes in here.
Con,
Talk
you
to
have
me.
different things that's going on as well. You don't have Juneteenth because July, is it 11th or
Oh
10th?
yes, July 11th we will be announcing this year's Mr. and Miss Juneteenth.
Oh,
Yes, we the pageant this year took place in Royal Oak, which we helped design, and we had our own event here in the city, so we weren't able to get there. But July 11th, the Martin Luther King Marching Band and the families of all now 3 different Miss Juneteenth we've crowned for Detroit.
I love it.
Listen, it's a beautiful thing, and
and I love y'all had a Mr. Juneteenth.
Yes, we
Shout
started
out
that. There's
to
never
that.
been a
I
Mr.
told her that
Juneteenth.
today.
Yes.
But shout out to that
We're
because.
trying to keep it balanced.
But it's never that way for guys, and I look, I like that. I like that.
There's one more thing
You was
though.
able to see
the
that.
workout thing that you be doing.
Oh, yes. Big body workouts, right? Big body workout starts June 11th. It's for big body people, right? I don't have a 6-pack, so I don't say I can get you to a 6-pack.
We talking about big
but I
bodies,
move
y'all.
real good for
I'm a
big
big body
man, you know what I'm
lady, so
saying?
I'm gonna
So,
work out with the big
y'all
body.
know I've been working out a long time. I got a history in, college football and also prison yard workouts. You know what I'm saying?
Where can they meet you at?
Yeah, so I know how to work with you, you know what I'm saying? But it's Big Body Workouts, BBW, Big Body Workouts on Facebook. July 11th, we have 3 different sections.
You're gonna be getting all kind of messages with that BBW.
Yes, listen, you should see the groups that I'm between when you put
That's
BBW
all right,
in there. I'm like,
though.
Already, yeah.
When I first seen it, I was
That's
like,
all right. That's that
yes.
traffic. You
And
want
that's
that
you trying
traffic.
to. You see what I'm doing? You
Hashtag
trying to put it
motion.
in there.
Hashtag it every time you
Yes.
post it.
It's like,
Hashtag.
oh, what's over here? We working them out over here. They not eating cake or pouring gravy on themselves. You know what I'm saying? We working over here, but we specialize in
Not pouring
mobility,
gravy.
right? And
Okay.
injuries. I am an injured man, so I know how to move at your pace and get you
That's
together.
dope.
We just want to get your levels down, blood pressure down, blood sugar
Oh my
back to
God,
normal.
so needed.
You're right. It'll stop swelling in your joints. And then we have massage therapists. We got all this another committee of people that if you say, "Well, I got this ailment," go talk to him. I'm just here to run you.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But if you,
Right.
what tea should I have? Go talk to her over there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I
No
agree.
one person knows everything, so everything I do is a collection of people who give a damn. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for caring and taking
No
your time
problem.
out of
I
today.
love it. I love the
Yes,
village. I
thank
love
you.
all that.
I appreciate you again. Every Tuesday at 6 p.m. you can
Yes.
catch your host Kong and your co-host Lady K on Go Real or Go Home.
Go real or go home.
7 Mile
every
Radio.
day.
It's been an hour of what is, what was, and what will be.
Be.
See y'all next Tuesday, 6 p.m., 7 Mile Radio.
Are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
Warning,